Hi there, I'm Carolyn, Trichologist at Absolique. Today we're going to talk about the hair count for hair loss. Okay, so when you're actually experiencing hair loss, it's really important to understand what is normal and what is abnormal. Okay, so normal daily hair loss is 70 to 160 hairs a day. So we say an average head of hair will be 100 hairs a day. So what we have here is some piles of hair, and this would be what I call a medium to long length head of hair. Okay, and we've collected and counted the hairs for you. So first I want to show you what a pile of hair would look like in the shower. So over here we have a pile of 160 hairs. So that doesn't look like too much really, but when you count it out for a big head of hair, that would be normal daily hair loss. Over here we have 100 hairs. Okay, so you can see the difference between the 160 and the 100, and then over here we have the 80 hairs. Okay, what we also want to look for is hairs that have a bulb, hairs that don't have a bulb, and hairs that are broken. Okay, so hairs that you can feel a little bulb. So we'll pick one up here. Okay, so you want to actually feel along the hair, and as you come to the end, you'll feel a little bump. Okay, I can feel the bump. You're not going to see it there, but I can feel it. And that shows that it's the bulb that's come out here. So that means it's actually physically come out of the scalp. Okay, and you can see it has a decent length. Sometimes when you have hair loss, they can be all random sizes, meaning they can be short and long. But the main thing is that we can feel the bulb, and we can say that hair, we can count that it's actually come out of the scalp. So each hair that you would collect, you would come along and sort of feel it to decide, does it have a bulb, does it not have a bulb? So I can feel again there's a bulb, and I hold it up and I can see that there's a bulb. So one thing is counting them all, do they have a bulb? If they don't have a bulb, we put them in what we call a pile of breakage, okay? Because a lot of the time the hair structure has changed, and as much as hairs can fall out of our scalp, they can also break. Okay, so if you don't feel any bulb, and you can see that they're much sort of shorter in length, and you can see that they're shattered, or you can see that they're split ends, we do collect them, but we kind of say that they're breakage. They're not physical hairs coming out of the scalp. So that will appear as more hair, which can really scare some people as well. Then we've got some other hairs that you can feel, it's not broken, but you can't feel a bulb. So that means that the structure has been lost. Okay, so we're going to count them as well, because we can tell that they're not broken, they're not shattered, but they don't have a bulb, but they're still a longer length. So we would call them loose anagen. Okay, so this is to do with the phases of the hair cycle. So we've got the anagen growing phase, then we've got our resting phase and the falling phase. So the most type of hair loss is telogen effluvium. When you have that, you will have double daily hair loss. So if it's 70, you will double that. If it's 100, you will double that. If it's 160, you will double that. So it's double per day. So it's when the hair cycle has been disturbed. Okay, it takes 3 months. So it's 3 months after the change for the hair to fall out, and then you can experience double daily hair loss. So we can have, if you are not washing your hair every day, let's say you're washing every second day, 320 hairs you could collect. So remember we said this is 160, you could collect double that. If you stop washing your hair and you're only washing every third day, it could be 640 hairs. Every fourth day, over 1,000 hairs. So some people stop washing their hair, and it's called avoidance behavior, because they think that by washing their hair, it's making it fall out. It's not. But by not washing it, you're going to collect a lot more. Okay, so this is where the hair count comes in. It's very, very important. One, to look at how often you're washing your hair. So I want you to record this. So we're going to get something like an envelope. Okay, or a lot of my clients can use just a little see-through sort of Ziploc bag or a little plastic bag, whatever it is. But I want you to collect the hairs only on the wash day. Okay, so before you wash, you want to detangle the hair. So use a brush. Make sure the brush is nice and clean, okay, so we can start collecting fresh hairs. So you brush the hair, and then you're going to collect those hairs in the shower, wash the hair, condition the hair. You're going to get more hairs come out when you're conditioning. That is normal because the hair is softening. Okay, collect all of those hairs. Get out of the shower, dry your hair, style your hair, do what you normally do. Collect those too. okay? And you're going to put them all together in one pile, okay? And then you're going to write, this is the date, okay? This is how many days since I've washed, okay? And this is my count of bulbs, longer hairs but no bulbs, and breakage. And you record all of that, okay? Then the next time you do the same. So if you do this for a week or so, you're going to get an average, which means you get a little pile like we have here. So you don't have to then count every time. You can just look at your numbers and say, oh, that's normal, not normal, abnormal. Okay? If the hair loss exceeds 3 months, the time frame is 3 months, it hasn't stopped. It should not go past 3 months. If it continues, there's something really wrong. So you need to do something about it. So hair loss is a sign that something's wrong. So this hair count will help you to identify whether it's normal hair loss or abnormal hair loss to help you do something about it. Here at Absolique, I'm a trichologist. I help people with hair loss and hair thinning and hair growth. We do things that can help to stop hair loss. Okay, we can prevent hair loss. If you are experiencing hair loss, we can slow it down and we can help to get it back into its cycle much quicker. If you leave the hair loss, it can take 12 months for it to come back around. So we can help with all of those things. And we're trying to pull their hair back into the cycle. So you might see a reduction in the amount of hair by doing our treatments. So this hair count is really helpful for that as well. One of my questions to my clients is always in the first sort of 8 weeks, have you noticed reduced hair loss? And normally it's yes, and they can tell by their hair count. Okay, so I hope that's been helpful, and I really want you to reach out to me if you do have any questions about the hair count. If you want more details, I can come in and do a lot more, but we're really here to help. Don't ignore hair loss. It is a serious sign that something is wrong within the body. Hair breakage is as well. It all can be helped. You just need to have the individual and prescriptive recommendations that a trichologist can offer you. So you can reach out to me. It's info@absolique.com.au.